Hi everyone, welcome to this Python course. Of course, if we can convert things to int and float to pure numbers, we can also do things for the other data types that we've learned. We can convert things to strings and to booleans. Now, let's see how we can do that. So to convert into strings, we can use the str function. This str function, for example, if I pass 12 inside the str function, I'm no longer returning an integer type. I'm returning a string element. Although 12 doesn't contain any quotation marks at all, when I pass it through the str, it will be a string element. I can confirm that again using type on this function right here. As you can see, the returning element is str for string. Now, of course, I can do this with all the elements that we know. If I pass str false, this will return me false, but interpreted as a string, so false in quotation mark. And also if I pass str 14.5, I'll get in return the 14.5, but interpreted as an str. I can even confirm that this will not work, because if I pass, for example, this str something through the abs function, the absolute number function, passing, for example, minus 12.5, here, if I pass this, I'll have the 12.5 as a return, so removing the negative sign. But if I pass strs, if I wrap this minus 12.5 in the str function, converting it to string, we'll have a mistake. Hope that this was clear. Okay, so converting to strings, super easy, str function. We also have ways to convert to boolean with the bool function. If I pass, for example, bool 0, this will get false, because the boolean is analogous to the 1, 0 binary values. 1 for true, 0 for false. Of course, if I'm going to pass here bool 1, I'll have true. Okay, cool. Now, of course, if I pass, for example, here in the bool, if I pass, I don't know, 125, this will always yield to true. This is a bit confusing. It doesn't make sense to convert these elements to boolean. I think to boolean makes sense to have like some zeros or ones that we try to convert to true or false if we want to evaluate something. Even so, for these elements, it doesn't make much sense. Let's see what will happen if we try to convert ABC. It will also go to true. So everything that's not 0, I think there isn't any other element that's not 0 that gets converted to false, will be converted to true. Doesn't make that much sense. Probably what we want is always to convert zeros and ones to boolean elements. If here touch the surface on conversions, we'll have opportunity to work with this more throughout the course, but as a recap, we've seen 4 functions to convert right now. Int to convert elements into integers, floats to convert elements into floats, strs to convert elements into strings, bool to convert elements into bool. I might notice something interesting, which is that the returning elements, the returning values from the type function, give name to the functions that we will convert, that we will use to convert. That's super handy, because if you don't remember, okay, so what's the function to convert something into a float? I go here, type a float, and see, oh, it's the float function. So I can use float, I would say, for example, 2, and I convert this to a float. The same for strings. If I don't recall what's the function to convert to strings, I'll go type ABC. Oh, it's the str function. Okay, got it. So str 12, it works. So the names are exactly the same. This is just a tip if you don't recall what are the functions that we can use to convert these elements to. We've closed conversions right now. Of course, a first introduction into this concept that we can convert types back and forth in Python. But we have to add something here, which is, do I have, for example, if I have a long string, let's imagine that I have, this is a long string. Every time I want to do something with this string, for example, try to convert it. Of course, this will not make much sense because we can't convert this to a number. But let me do this exercise probably with the number that can be converted. So if I do 1, 2, 5, this huge number right here, which is billions or millions of billions or whatever. If I want to use this number to convert it to something and then apply something afterwards or something like that, do I have to type this name every time I want to do something? For example, first time I want to convert it into a float, and then I may want to convert it to an integer. I have to type 1, 2, 5, 4, 5, 4, 6, 5, 9, 8, 9, 2, 6, 2, 6, which is really error prone. I'm typing these numbers, and of course one of the main is, do I have to type this number every time that I want to do something with it? I don't. And that's the cool part here in Python, and probably shared along other programming languages, variables. So we can use alias to refer to our objects and have some states in those variables that we can transform variables, we can do things with it, we can pick it up just by a name, for example, my variable, and then just type my variable that will always refer to those elements that we are saying. In this case, something like this number, this huge number right here. That's what we are going to see in the next lecture and have our first introduction into Python variables. I'll see you there.